Hi crafters, it's Chloe from Chloe's Creative Cards, and today I am going to introduce to you one of our brand new products, and these are our fabulous ink blending brushes. So you can have a little look at one of these here. They come in a pack of 5 on the website, and they are absolutely fabulous for applying all of your inks, getting into those really detailed areas, and they make the blend so super smooth. I'm going to tell you and show you exactly how to use these today. Today is going to be more of a Technqiues video than a card making video, but you can see how beautiful these brushes are. The bristles are super soft, and we've done the bristles in white so that you can see what colour ink you've got on the brush. You've got the beautiful raspberry pink handle with the Chloe's Creative Cards logo on, and something that we've worked really hard with on these is making sure that there's a little bit of flex in the neck. What that means is it's much easier for you when you're putting pressure on the top of the brush to kind of intensify the ink colouring. We've also made sure that the bristles are rounded to the perfect dome so that you are going to get absolutely beautiful results every single time using these. We really have thought these brushes through, and it's been something that's been in the works for quite a long time. So they may look pretty standard, but they are absolutely fabulous to use. This flexible neck really does make a difference as well, because it makes the brush really nice and comfortable to hold, as you'll see whilst I'm working with these, and they are just absolutely fabulous. Not only have we got the brand new brush, we've also got the brush storage, which is fabulous. So this is going to stand on your desk. You've got like little silicone grooves where you can drop bits and pieces into this. So of course it holds your beautiful blending brushes, but it's also going to hold some of your tools too. So I put my poker tool, my 3D glue, my picking up tool, my tweezers, my chisel tip glue pen, and my scissors in there. You've got the Chloe's Creative Cards logo again on the front, so everything is really nice and coordinated. This is going to stand beautifully on your desk. Of course, if you want to have one just filled with your blending brushes and one with your tools, you can do, but the little silicone inlays kind of flex and shape to hold the different kind of sizes and different things that you want to push in there. We've actually done this purposely in black as well, so if you get any ink on there or anything like that, the black's not going to show it and it's not going to stain. It's a really lovely little handy toolkit just to sit on your desk. Of course, if you're travelling, you can pick this up and pop it in the bottom of your craft bag. Then when you get to your craft group, just pop it on your table. It really is super useful, and I have honestly been using mine all the time, as you'll have seen on the videos. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you a couple of basic techniques to start with, because I think one of the things that you are going to love using these brushes for is ink in the middle of your flowers. So I've got bits and pieces that I've already stamped out. So what I thought would be really nice today is just to do a technique video to show you lots of different inky techniques that you can use with these. So the ink pads that I've chosen to use today are the Distress Oxide ink pads. These are a really nice creamy ink, and they are perfect for kind of blending with and shading. And if you maybe haven't got into inking much yet, these are a really nice introduction. So I'm going to start off. I've taken our Posy flower stamp and I've stamped and embossed it in opaque bright white onto our amethyst pearl card. I'm going to grab out one of my brushes and I'm going to take my Wilted Violet ink pad. This is a lovely vibrant purple colour. So all I'm going to start by doing is inking up the brush like so. If you want to tap off any excess ink, I tend to do it in the lid of the ink pad. Then what you're going to do is just start and lightly buff into the middle of the flower, and you're just doing a large circular motion, and then you can see how you get this beautifully diffused kind of background just on your flower, which looks gorgeous. So I'm going to work my way around and do this on all of the flowers like so. So you're just going to blend this round, adding that ink into the flower, and what this does is it just adds a little bit of dimension and depth into the flower, which looks really lovely. There we go. What you can also do is, once that ink's dry, is you can take a bit of kitchen roll or a dry baby wipe and just buff it off the top of the embossing powder, which does make a real difference, as it just shows the white embossing powder shine through a little bit more. Just seeing if I've got a dry baby wipe here. I'm going to blast this one off with my heat gun. This tends to pick the ink up really nicely. There we go, and then you can just rub this over the top and you'll see how it just lifts the ink off of the embossing but leaves the lovely ink in the background there. So you can see how it creates that lovely soft and diffused effect. Then as always, you can start and go in and shape your flowers and shape the petals. Like so. You can just work your way around, pinching down the middle of these petals. Okay, and then we're going to take a little bit of PVA glue, add a blob of glue into the middle, place that one down and press. Then we're going to do exactly the same with the next one. Layer that together. And then that would just be ready to add your little stamen in the middle or add a little jewel. But you can see how it adds that little bit of depth and dimension to your flowers for your project. Okay, next up, I thought I would show you our gorgeous, if you've picked these up recently, our pastel sorbet paper pad, which is fabulous for doing your flowers on. Really beautiful colours in here. These are double-sided. So again, I've taken the summer flower this time and I've stamped and embossed this one onto the yellow in there, and I'm going to grab another one of my brushes and I'm going to take my spiced marmalade distress ink. We're going to pick that ink up from the ink pad, and then the same technique again, you're just going to buff the colour out like so. Okay, so you're starting in the middle of the flower and working out in a lovely circular motion. So, and you can see how you've then got the lovely ink on the flowers there. Again, you can go over just with your dry baby wipe or piece of kitchen roll just to buff off any excess ink that's left on the embossing powder there, and you can see how beautiful those flowers look. What you can then do if you want as well, if you want to build up a little bit more colour, so you can take your brush, if you pop your finger just on the head, apply a little bit of pressure, you can see how you get more of a layer down of colour. So it really kind of amps up the colour of that beautiful, beautiful flower. Like so. And then again, you can take a bit of kitchen roll or your baby wipe and just rub over the top to just take away any of that excess ink. But you can see how that has then transformed those flowers. You'd then be ready to again go in and shape these like so. And what I love about adding the ink is it adds like a shadow to the centre of the flowers, which just looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, so just shape these round like normal. Then we're going to take a little bit of PVA glue into the centre, stick these together like so. There we go, and then you can see how that's created that beautiful flower. Okay, now again at Chloe's Creative Cards, we know that you all love to use a little bit of vellum to create some of your flowers. So we've thought about that too. So I've got some beautiful vellum flowers here that I have stamped and embossed, just in white again, onto some vellum. And I'm going to take my pink brush that I've got for my ink, and I'm going to take my Kitsch Flamingo distress ink pad. Then again, I'm working on the front of the vellum, so the embossed side, and I'm just starting in the middle of the flower and just buffing that colour onto there like so. It's a really lovely soft pink as well, this Kitsch Flamingo. It's a really lovely one. And you can see how you can just work around adding that colour into the image, like so. Okay, and then again we're ready to layer this one up, so you can see how we've got that lovely colour just radiating out. What you can do as well is just take your little brush and just brush, just to push the ink out a little bit more. And then again you can take your flower, pinch down the middle, like so. A little bit of orange ink on my fingers, I think, which is marking things now. There we go. So we can just go all the way around. Okay, and then we're going to pop a little bit of glue in the middle of the first one. Stick these together. So you just need to have a little bit of patience for these to stick flat as well. Then take the next one, little bit of glue on the back. I'm going to pull those petals up towards me, like so, and then place that down into the middle and press. Okay, and then you can see how that's created that beautiful flower there with the pink shading in the middle. Now what of course you can do as well onto vellum if you want to, is you can shade two colours together. So to do that, if you want your colour to be a little bit more subtle as well, you can ink the back of the vellum. So the same thing again, I've got one of these beautiful summer flowers that I've stamped and embossed onto our vellum in Wow Opaque Bright White Superfine. You can see I'm just going in with that colour. Again, if you want to press down and make that ink more intense, you can do. If you want to kind of ease off so it's a little bit more diffused, you can do that as well. I'm going to pick a picked raspberry distress ink because this is a little bit brighter. And then what we can do is go in from the edge of the petal and blend the pink into the orange, like so. So what you are then doing is creating like ombre petals, but because we've worked on the back with this one, you'll get that lovely bright white embossed line on the front of the image. So if I just work my way around inking this up, and when we flip that over, you can see the effect that you've then got. We can then go in and do the same on another one. So again, inking in the middle, a little bit of pressure, radiating that out, like so. Then we're going to take our picked raspberry, working in from the edge of the petals, like so. And you can see how I'm using my index finger as well with these blending brushes to get a little bit more control. These blending brushes are honestly absolutely fabulous. If you've been put off inking in the past, these make it so much easier. I know the design team, Glynis, Christine, Becca, they've all been playing with these and they've absolutely loved them. So we're then going to take a little bit more of that lovely ink just into the middle here. And then we're going to take our picked raspberry again and work in from the edge, like so. And what I would recommend is maybe have one brush for each colour family. So you can see with the picked flamingo, the picked raspberry and the picked flamingo, kind of just use the same brush. There we go. So we've inked that up and you can see how now they almost look like tropical flowers, don't they? They look absolutely fab. I'm just going to grab a baby wipe for my fingers just to get some of this ink off because I am all inky now. There we go. It's part of the fun though, isn't it, with these kind of designs. So then again, you can start and do your pinching. You can layer these up like so. So I'm just creating a little valley down the centre of those flowers. Like so. I'm going to pull those up towards myself there as well. There we go. I'll just change this piece of paper. I'll flip it over so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. You can then again take a little bit of your glue just into the middle. Pull the petals up towards yourself and stick this down, like so. Okay, a little bit of glue on there. Just twist this round just to get it just in the right place. There we go. Okay, and you can see how beautifully that's then all layered up. So that's 4 different ways that you can use them with your flowers. So that's using them on vellum just to do the centre, 2 colours to create like an ombre, 1 colour on the middle of our pearl paper and 1 onto our printed paper pad as well. But that's not all these ink pads are fabulous for. I want to show you how you can create some inky backgrounds too. So I'm going to take a piece of, this is from our Sugared Pastels foiled paper pad, and if you flick to the back of here, you will see we've got some beautiful designs that are like an oil on water foil. So these again are perfect for inking. So I'm going to pick up a couple of colours. So let's have a little look at what we've got on the desk here. We could do a little bit of peacock feathers, or do we stick with the more orangey colours? I'm going to go yellow scattered straw. I'm going to go for a bit of spiced marmalade, and I'll go for warm lipstick this time. A little bit of a different colour palette there. So I'm going to pick up my blending brush. I'm going to start with my lightest colour, which is scattered straw. Again, I absolutely love this colour. I've been using it lots recently. And you're literally just going to ink over the top like so. And look at how beautiful and smooth that blend is from these brushes. They are absolutely fabulous. So you're going to go in and just do your little bit of inking. It makes such a difference because, like, for me, I've never been one for doing really inky crafting. I kind of shy away from it a little bit, but these brushes honestly make it so easy. They almost make you look like a professional because they are so soft. They are the perfect shape and they are just so easy to use. So you can see how you can go in that neck bend, so it helps you to control the pressure. You don't need to be super heavy handed with these. You can pick a little bit more ink up. Just keep working that onto the image like so. So I'm just going in and adding little spots of colour all over it. So that's using my yellow. I'm going to grab my pink brush back, my orange brush back in now. Go in with a little bit of that spiced marmalade, which is that lovely vibrant orange colour. So you can see how you can just work your way around, blending this in. Circular motions will make this so much easier for you as well. Like so. A little bit more of this colour. Blending this all the way in. So now I'm going to take my warm lipstick. I'm going to grab a new brush for this one. So it's a pink, but it's a bit more of like a reddy pink. You can see how you can just nice and gently blend these colours together. You can go over the top. They're going to smoosh together absolutely beautifully. And I have to say the Distress inks make such a difference as well, because they are a lovely, Distress oxide, sorry, because they are a lovely kind of creamy ink pad. So they are absolutely beautiful. But you can see how you can smoosh your way over with these. We can add a little bit of pink in here maybe, in this little area. There's a little bit of pink up here. Continue working all the way around to add that beautiful colour. so. I'm going to go back in with the orange one, just kind of blend that over, blend that in a little bit, but then you can see how you've inked your own background there, which looks absolutely beautiful, and that is going to be perfect for using on lots of your different projects. You can, of course, take just a piece of card as well if you want to, and ink a background onto there. So this is just some smooth white card that I've got. So for example, with this one, if we take our peacock feathers and a little bit of the blue maybe, so let's take peacock feathers first. So peacock feathers is a lovely kind of tealy colour, really, really pretty. So you can see, I'll just start blending this. Lovely and soft that edges that you're going to get with these. And if you just lighten your pressure off a little bit, that'll give you that lovely soft edge. And kind of just work a little bit of colour in, like so. These are absolutely fabulous. But you can see how lovely and easy this is to do and to play with. I'm then going to pick up a little bit of Salty Ocean, which is a lovely kind of vibrant blue colour. Pick a little bit of this up onto the brush. So, and you can see how we can blend this all together so it looks really, really pretty. You can also maybe take a little bit of Speckled Egg, which is a lovely colour. This is like a nice, very pale blue kind of shade. So, take a little bit of that Speckled Egg, got a little bit of ink on my fingers up here. I'm just going to work that in, right so, and you can see how you can really blend these beautiful backgrounds all together really, really nicely. Okay, so that's another way that you can use these fabulous blending brushes. Next up, got a couple more little techniques to show you. I wanted to show you how you can ink through some of your die cuts. So this is a little sneak peek at a die that's coming soon as well. So keep your eyes peeled on this one. But we're going to take a lovely die cut. So this is coming soon to Chloe's Creative Cards. So what I like to do when I'm inking through or stenciling is I do like to take just a little bit of low tack tape just to tape this image into place. You want to make sure you've got it nice and flat. And then we're going to whip out our blending brush. I'm going to go in with Wilted Violet again, which is a lovely purpley colour. And then you can see, you can just start to work over the top. So you kind of, it looks like you maybe inking the die cut as well, which of course you can do. But you can literally just work your way around. Inking this up. If you do little circular motions, that's going to give you a really nice coverage of ink and help you to get it really nice and smooth as well. Like so, so just reloading when you feel like you need to. And you can see how you can just work your way around, inking up this beautiful background. we go. And then when you lift this away, you can peel your tape off. Peel your die cut away, and you can see how you've got a lovely stenciled background, but you've also inked your die cut as well. So then you've got a different colour to be using there, which is really lovely. Okay, another little sneak peek coming your way now. So for one of our box kits, we've got a new embossing folder coming. So I thought I would just show you this one and show you how you can ink up the background on this if you want to. So I'll just do a green on this one to show you. So I'm going to take peeled paint, which is this one here. I'm going to take my blending brush, ink it up, and then I'm just going to start at the edges and just ink over the embossing image. And you can see how that ink instantly grabs to where that embossed image is, and it really makes it pop out and see. There we go. And then you can see how lovely that looks over your embossing folder. Okay, really, really pretty. So then another couple of things that you can do is you can use these to stencil around the edge of your die cuts as well. So I've just pulled out a couple of our decorative edge dies. I was just going to show you how to do that. So I've got a piece of our crystal white pearl card here. I'm going to tape my image down in place with a little bit of low tack tape. So this is our decorative oval die that I'm using. I'll just keep out a brush to ink this up with as well. So I'll just keep a pink one out. And pop my little tool station over there. Just need to clear the way for my Gemini for my plate. So I'm going to take my base plate, my plastic shim, my card on the top, my cutting plate. We're going to run that through. Like so. In fact, I'm going to use the paler pink, so that might be quite nice to show you. This is spun sugar I'm going to use this time. So you're then going to take your die cut, you're going to leave it in the die, and this is on pearl card this time as well. You're going to take your blending brush and just blend around the edge. This colour might be a little bit too soft to pick up at home. Okay, I'll add a little bit of a darker colour in as well. Just so then hopefully you can see, because I think sometimes with your dies you don't notice it till you lift the die off necessarily. So we can just ink around. So, and then when we lift that out, you can see how you've then created that beautiful inked frame. Okay, really, really easy to do, but look at how smooth that blend is with the brushes. Okay, next up, I wanted to show you this on some patterned paper as well, because this is a really nice technique. So this is a patterned paper that's coming soon. So I've got another one of our dies. This is for the decorative circle. I'm going to tape that down in place and run it through my die cutting machine. Okay, we'll go for a little bit of peacock feathers on this one, I think, because it's got that lovely kind of bluey tinge to it. There we go. With this one being on paper, I'm just going to send that back through again just to make sure that's all cut. Straight back through my Gemini. And there we go, and when we grab that out the other side, take the tape off. I'm going to pop that down on my scrap paper. Okay, and then I'm going to take my peacock feathers distressing, load up my little brush. Oh, sometimes give it a little tap as well if my brush looks quite loaded. Start on the metal. You can just give the metal a rub over as well once you're done with your inking. Like so. And we push that out. There we go. You can see how you've got that beautiful inky frame around the edge of the die as well. So I hope that has given you some ideas as to how to use our fabulous new blending brushes. I'll bring this back in. So the blending brushes are available from chloescreativecards.co.uk. They come in a pack of 5 and the little storage block is sold separately as well. All of the details are linked in the description below, and I really hope that you have enjoyed watching this video and you've got some ideas for some new techniques. I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye.